Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class Airazor WFC-K14. You can see, yes, she is a hawk, and we'll put that hawk off to the side because we're going to look at the box right here. You can see, yes, you can see it's a Kingdom box, so of course a little window, Transformers Generations, the Kingdom logo, nice bit of artwork with the hawk and the Airazor in robot mode on the side there. And you can see the Nemesis crash in the background, which is weird. Deluxe class and all that stuff. On the top, you have a maximal symbol with bits of the golden disc on it. On the side, of course, you got the line-wide artwork with a little authentic Transformers. On the bottom, you have manufacturing and warnings and all that stuff. On the back, of course, you have product shots and definitely more of a yellow than an orange here than on the final the orange on the final toy. And of course, warnings and stuff there on the bottom. And here has the instructions, which these ones are pretty solid. They work, and there was nothing really confusing, or it didn't feel like anything was particularly left out or anything like that. So that's good. And this one also came with the Dinobot card, because I'm getting a ton of these. Let's see if it's which underneath the sticker, if it actually comes off. Okay, I got that one. What's more Cybertronian? I don't know what it says, because I don't know Cybertronian. I'm not that much of a nerd. I'm kidding. Slightly. But anyway. Yes, Airazor. Knock mode. And you can see she's she's a bird. Now again, lots of feathery detail. You can see that, little bits of different coloring here on the back. Some weapon storage right here. That's it's part of the alt mode, I guess. You can also see a large chunk of the robot kind of chilling underneath, but again, it integrates pretty well. It's not the worst, but it's not the most amazing. It's kind of like a lot of almost like pretty much every flying anything for Transformer, which is largely it's just wings strapped onto the back of a folded up robot, which this is no exception in that regard. So yeah, I would actually say pretty solid overall. In this mode, not amazing, but not the worst either. But solid. I like it. I like it. I don't know. A lot of people are going to say you're an apologist or what. I know because apparently a lot of people are kind of down on this figure. I'm like surprised. I think it's pretty good. But anyway, articulation. You got wings. They can flap up and down a bit. You got a hinge here. You got a hinge here. You got another hinge there. It's like multiple hinges in these wings. Because you got plenty of places. You got plenty of places to flap the wings. You got this right here. If you want to fold the wings up a bit, you can do that. Compact it a little. The head can rotate on this right there. You can also hinge down. Like the beak can open as well. If you can get a finger in there or something. If you can get something in there, see, the beak opens. You open the beak, close the beak. Just need to get something in there because it's kind of stiff and small. And the feet are on ball joints, so got a lot of you got side to side and tilting and forward and back a little bit. You also got these hinges and I guess these hinges, but yeah, it kind of starts looking a little weird if you extend those out too much. So I recommend not doing that. And I guess the tail can flap up, but you have to untab it to do that. And you also expose the robot bits more. So yeah. Yeah, it's not the worst alt mode. Again, it's kind of a lot of these beast alt modes are just kind of have that weird thing of like you can definitely see bits of the robot peeking out here and there. And yeah, the Airazor here is no exception. Yeah, I like it. A lot of people may disagree, but I think I like it well enough for what it is. Again, knowing the limitations of a lot of aerial, air-based alt modes in Transformers. Yeah, that's it. So transformation, though, gotta remove these things from the side. Just remove those, unpeg those, and you take these and you take the legs and move them out, and you rotate them around like this, so they like this, sit like that, and then you straighten them leg out. You straighten this part out all the way. And then you rotate this at the knee, you rotate this at the foot, and that's one leg done. Do the same thing on this side. Unpeg it from the side, rotate it down, straighten out the leg right there and right there. Rotate the foot, rotate the knee, and then rotate the whole thing at the waist, 180, like that. Now you got a bird person. And then you want to go on to untab the tail from this right here. You want to do that. And then you want to go ahead and take the arms. You want to take the hands and unslot those and straighten those out like that. Rotate them at the bicep right here. Unslot that from the side. Rotate it and straighten that out like that. You go ahead and untab this. The backpack untabs from here. And you need to also kind of angle this forward. Also, what I want to do is take the shoulders and shoulder pads and move those up like that. Then yeah, you take all this and you move this forward. So then you can take the robot head and rotate it out. It's kind of like multiple locking points. It's weird. It's got like it's detented, so you got to move it down like that. And then this right here, there's like a set of hinges right here. You got to move this down. You got to kind of move it forward and down, and then yeah, move it back down like this, and so sucks in. And then this tabs right here, and there's a second set of slots on the backpack, and this tabs into those. The more forward set slots, do with every tail, and then the wings you can leave them out like that if you want. That's fine, personal preference. But what you're supposed to do, you take these and you move them back on this hinge. You take this and rotate this hinge, and this tab will go in this slot. So you then fold it up at that hinge right there, and then you fold it up right here, and then you close this up right there. That wing up like that. Do the same thing on this side. This hinge, fold it in, tab that in, rotate this down, and then rotate like that. And the final thing you do is you take the little gold weapon things, you mount them to her wrists, because they're the little wrist rockets things she had kind of in the show. Kind of, I say, because they're kind of oversized, but whatever. And there you go. There's Airazor in her robot mode. And yeah, I like this robot mode. Again, I liked Airazor's design in the show, and I never had an Airazor when I was younger, so I don't have really anything to compare it to, because I think there's literally only like the third Airazor toy ever, maybe. At least the Airazor mold. I'm not sure how many times they got released, because there's the original, the Transmetal, and I think this one. I'm not sure though. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, Airazor doesn't get a whole lot of love, and so I'm glad she got a new toy, and I think it looks great. Yeah, you can also kind of fold the wings up like this, like they were in the packaging. You can kind of fold them up like this if you really want to kind of eliminate them from the silhouette a bit. You can do that, but yeah, it's kind of it's kind of going to make her backpack really bulky, and I think makes her tend to be topple backwards a bit, because now it's sticking out a little further. But there's that one thing you do, of course, spread these out, and she still has wings, smaller, a bit smaller. Still big enough. They look, I guess, proportional for her robot mode. Well, yeah, they're slightly askew or something, but yeah, I think she looks great. And you see also very light purple metallic face there. You can see that with a green eye, black and green for the eyes. You got the gold crest. You got some orange right here. You get the orange and gold down here, and more orange and whatnot. And then goes the gold on the wrist thing. And yeah, she just looks really good in my opinion. I just think she looks really nice. Yeah, I like her. I genuinely like her, and I think it's another solid, I guess, fembot. Again, yeah, I think she actually integrates her alt mode bits into herself fairly well. Again, you got the bird head just chilling out here as the abdomen, whatnot. But yeah, I think it works overall. Her head though, articulation head is on a ball joint, so left and right, up and down. Got a little bit of waggle. Shoulders can technically go all 360, but their backpack's in the way, unfortunately, so you can't really do that. Outward though, that far, well, it kind of tends to bring the shoulder pad down. You bring it back down. You got bicep swivel. You got a hinged elbow, which has a little bit more than 90 degrees. You don't really have a wrist articulation. Well, you don't have rotation, but you do have that. Don't think that's going to be helpful for anything unless you're trying to fake a double bend elbow, and it just looks weird. So I wouldn't do that personally. But yeah, you got a waist swivel though. You got that. Hips, you got forward, and actually because of how transformed, you got really far forward if you're willing to go outward. So yeah, she can do way high kicks. Back, you got again a large ticket. It's only limited by the backpack, so that's a lot right there. Outward, you have way more than the full splits. You got a knee swivel, not a thigh swivel because of how they make it transform. So you got a knee swivel. You got more than 90 degrees. You got actually very neat D-bend, which is nice. You got this, which again might help in some regards, but mostly you want to keep it like that. And she's got ball jointed ankles, so you got tilt, a little bit of tilt. You got forward and back. You got forward and back, and you got side to side pivots. So yeah, she's actually pretty articulated for deluxe. Again, the biggest thing I would actually complain about is these. I wish these locked in better right here. Like this right here, I wish this hinge locked in better because it's really easy to accidentally do that. I think that's one little gripe I have, but it's a fairly minor one, all things considered. So yeah, again, I think this is a really, really nicely articulated for deluxe, and I just really like how she looks. I think this wound up being a surprise for me because like people were grousing about this, and I'm like, I don't understand. What's the problem? She's good. I genuinely don't understand. I don't know, maybe there's some QC problem I avoided or what, but I just think she's genuinely good. It almost looks like because that's how it's molded, it almost looks like there's a ab crunch, but as far as I can tell, there isn't. Or if there is, I'm scared of engaging it. Yeah, I don't want to break anything. Yeah, nice and solid looking toy. Comparisons. Here she is with the other girl in Beast Wars, Black Arachnia. About the same height. See that? About the same height. Right there. Is that? Knocked her over. Shame on me. Yeah. Here she is with all the, the other Maximals that have been released so far. We got what Rhinox has been announced and Tigertron's known about. Here you got Optimus Primal. You got Dinobot. Cheetor. And Rat Trap. Yeah, those are the Maximals released so far. Because, yeah, we're still getting Rhinox and... Yeah, just Rhinox and Tigertron, I think, for Season 1. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, she's nice. So, again, I think Airazor's great. I really like her. I was not expecting her to like her as much as I do, but I think she's just really solid. I think she looks good. She's got again, it's not the most amazing transformation. It's actually pretty simple, but there's some clever bits here and there. I do like how the wings come packed down. I do like how they did the waist part, the whole torso, the way that the hinge it's on. I think that's actually a fairly clever little way of doing it. But yeah, I generally like it. It looks good. It's fun. I'm not having any major QC issues, and I just glad to have a new Airazor. The only one I guess I have a transmetal Airazor, but that's a whole different looking thing. It looks kind of weird in the robot mode, so I don't even know where it is now. Yeah, I just like her. I think she's great, and I definitely recommend any Beast Wars fan pick her up. You haven't already. G1 again. If you're G1 mostly, I don't think this is going to win you over. Again, the alt mode might put you off because the alt mode is kind of robot strapped to the underneath, and her transformation is pretty basic, but it works. I don't know. I think the articulation in her general look, just won me over. I just really like her. I personally recommend her. She's definitely a standout for Wave 2. Wave 2 is actually, I'll say this, Wave 2 Deluxes for Kingdom have actually been pretty solid. I think the only thing is like they got RC, which is like, yeah, she's a re-release, and also I don't think she's the greatest mold either. So I don't know. But the new ones, she's definitely the great one, and actually all of them are pretty great. I think maybe Rectonite might be a little, I don't know. I'll get to that when I get to that. But that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and check out my Coffee and Patreon. They'll be linked here in the video, and I'll see you next time with another video review.